They'll lynch you, but he did, and he laughs.
Hi everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. For those of us in the UK, a little bit hot and bothered. A little bit hot and bothered. If you're new, Andy, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. It's Monday. Don't the weekends go quick? And it could be quite an interesting week for West Ham if reports are led to be believed. So let's run those bloody titles, shall we? As I said, if new, Andy, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. So, Anton reported on Saturday that we've had a number of bids. We put a number of bids in on Friday, I think it was. And things could be starting to happen by all accounts. Let's have a look, see what we've got in the chat first, then we'll crack on. Joan, Master Man, hope you're well. Joan, exciting times, fingers crossed that we'll have a momentous week and sign a few top players. We could possibly be doing that. I'm telling you, West Ham, make sure to get stuff going on Mondays. It is Mondays, isn't it? It is Mondays, seems to be our thing. Good morning, Andy, hope you're well. Adrian's in the chat. Yes, apparently so. So we'll talk about the latest in a minute. Could be a momentous few days for the club, indeed. Let's hope so. Brian's here. Hope you're well, Brian. Let's go, says Freema. Good afternoon, even on this cold day. Is it me who's a bit hot? Has anyone noticed it? It's got a bit hot recently in the UK. After, of course, Sam, I hope you're well. Papa's in the house. Gazza's here. Duke's here. Hope you're well, Duke, my man. Mike's here in the chat. Everyone's talking to each other. If you sign Broja, Scamacca and Lingard, then fair play to the owners. Everyone stay safe today, indeed. Stay hydrated. We all know we love the fail of the medical. Well, don't forget, Broja's got a dodgy foot as well. Too hot, says Matt. Morning. Just morning. On your man. Everyone stay safe. Everyone's in the chat. Carno's there. Hope everyone is good, mate. Could be a great week. It could be a great week. Let's talk about how it could be and why it could be a great week. Let's do a bit of a roundup, shall we? Let's start off with Broja. So what's the latest do we know of Broja? Well, apparently we're on the verge of signing him. Apparently so. It's one of the most. It's very similar to the Aguirre deal. That was the sort of protracted negotiations and Apparently, by our good friend Fabrizio Romano, this could happen very, very soon. Apparently, personal terms have already been agreed. This is literally following Fabrizio Romano's Twitter feed, to be honest. So Fabrizio Romano says that personal terms have been agreed with him. Apparently he's flown back, but also he's flown back to get his foot sorted out as well. As you know, we put out a story on Friday, I think it was. His foot was in a cast, wasn't it? Protected boot with crutches, so that bodes well. Now, apparently, according to Fabrizio, as of what time was the last tweet? It's literally all the time. That was 10:30 this morning. It said that West Ham and Chelsea are still on tracks, still in talks on final details of the deal, like potential buyback clauses or not, add-ons, etc. But the agreement for Amadou Broja is really close, and it will be a permanent deal. Obviously, there was talking of over the weekend of maybe a loan deal, and a loan with no obligation to buy, and it's very strange. But apparently, it's going to be a permanent deal. So Broja's now pushing, and that's why he's flying back to England. Also flying back for Brits to sort his leg out, but doesn't matter. So, in the region around £35 million. I mean, the old Rusty Rumour Ratings giving it an 8 out of 10 now, because, I mean, Fabrizio's talking about it. It's literally been the last 4 or 5 tweets he's put out. Martin says he's overrated at 40 million. Do we sign him and Scamacca? Well, we'll talk about Scamacca very, very shortly. I don't think we do. I think when there was talk of the loan deal for Broja, I thought that makes sense. You could get Broja on loan, Scamacca. If Broja turns out to be good, then obviously Antonio's going to be 34 next season after next. So surely he'll be coming to the end of his time at West Ham, being the number one guy. So then it makes sense to then buy Broja next summer. I don't know. And whereas Broja is a little bit more of a rough diamond, Scamacca is a little bit more along the way in terms of developing as a player. London's going to hit 40. I know. Crazy. Let's hope we get some names in today, indeed, before they melt. We've been on the window ledge of signing people for many, many times before, and it certainly does. Originally it was going to be a loan deal, but it seems it's now going to be a permanent deal. I heard a loan Chelsea could use him for bait next season. That's what Gonzo said, wasn't it? But apparently Fabrizio says it will be a permanent deal. So obviously, they're rather than do a loan deal, they're probably trying to insert a buyback clause in there. Hi Lee, in Moyes we trust in Dita. If I was too much, he's overrated. And Toney is much better. He is at the moment, but he's going to get busy. Broja is a 10 out of 10. The Holy Trinity have spoken. Darmash, Fabrizio, and Brighton Old Ornstein from the Athletic. There we go. Matt has spoken. That's your free sources. Talk of Lingard signing. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Broja, yes. Lingard, no. Interesting. Broja is just a sweetener to get Decker next season. Should have been a loan, but I don't think it's going to be a loan. It's going to be a permanent deal now. Right, let's talk about Scamacca. Where are we up to? The latest. I mean, the latest is we obviously, as Anton said on Saturday, we put a bid in, which the Sassuolo CEO has basically said we've put a bid's coming from West Ham. And for me, it's looking about £40 million all in. Ex-WHU employee said that the offer was in. It hasn't been accepted yet, but the club are unsure whether they want to offer more money for the play. Whether 40 would be the base. Sky Sports reported today that's what we've offered. For me, what's quite interesting and what X has picked up on is that Scamacca is very much a Newman signing potentially, where Broja is someone that Moyes has scouted himself and wanted personally, where Scamacca is someone that has been handed to him, so to speak, by Newman. So it's going to be interesting about the dynamics of the two. For me, Broja, and I know Matt's in the chat, he loves Broja. Scamacca is more further down the line in development, but Broja could become an absolute beast. Claret and Hughes advise Broja is not close terms, but unfortunately we've had Fabrizio Romano, we've had Dinesh, and we've had Ornstein. 3 people have said yes. So we'll see what happens, mate. We'll see what happens. Scamacca, Antonio, and Broja in that order of strikers. If we get the other 2 in, interesting. Broja is the bastard Arnautovic reborn. I think Scamacca's more like him, to be honest. But anyway, that's me. NS Sports, Jimmy, say hi. Hope you're well. Evening all from Chile. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Evening all from a Chile, Australia. Broja for me. Onana next, and then someone like Lingard, but not someone like Lingard, but not Lingard. There we go. Right, let's move on. Let's move on because I think there's a few I want to get through, and then I want to get your views on board. Let's move on and talk about some more players we've been linked with today. We'll talk about Lingard and Onana in a minute, but another striker we've been linked with, another forward, is the Rennes forward Martin Terrier. Or must be Martin Terrier, probably should be. Martin Terrier, as he's French. Now, apparently, according to L'Equipe, West Ham and Leeds are interested in the 25-year-old striker since this summer. So another striker. So maybe this is the fullback. Who knows? L'Equipe reckon that Hammer's boss wants the 25-year-old Rennes ace. He's going to demand around £34 million. That's €40 million. He's bagged 21 goals and 4 assists in 37 League R games this season. And much like his name suggests, he's a bit of a terrier. He's a hard-working, tenacious forward, lots of pace, good finisher, strong in the air. He's very good with his back to goal as well. Can hold up the ball, can bring in teammates. Obviously, former teammate of Agard, so maybe... I mean, we were linked to him before in terms of David Terrier or David Terrier, and so it may be it's an old story, rehash because they got heads in there now, and who knows. I think to me this thing's very much like a backup. It's sort of a name out of nowhere, but sometimes those names out of nowhere look good. The old Russie rumour rating, the original rumour rating, gives this one 6 out of 10. Because you can see 2 and 2 together, that type of thing. Everyone's talking to each other. It's nice to see. Jimmy's in there. Hello, Jimmy. I haven't seen you for a while. We will have a team full of doormen, indeed. By both. Like you said, Anthony's getting close to the end, and both these boys are the future. That's what I mean. I think it's almost like it's a succession plan, isn't it, really? So I think by all accounts, Antonio's still going to be the main man next year, but he ain't going to be the main man, I think, in 2 seasons' time. So you think Scamacca, you think Broja. I think Broja seems more down the line than Scamacca at the moment, if I was judging the two of them. But, I'd be happy with both, at least one. Left back seriously need one. We'll get talking about that in a minute. Claiming a different race in the region. What planet are they on? Never going to happen. He's a left winger, but he's been playing striker. Rusty will need a new wall for new signings. Oh yeah, indeed. He does play on the left, but he's very, very quick, and he's been playing as a he scored. How many goals he scored last season? 21 goals. Not bad from a left winger if he's playing left wing. Very good, very quick. My problem is that we've brought strikers from Europe before, Zaza, for example, who do great in Serie A, but aren't great. Broja has shown promise. We've shown promise, isn't he? It's not a finished article at all. No, of course not. It's a T-shirt. T-shirt, my man. Broja, Lingard, Onana, Ram, plus what we've got, 10 out of 10. Wow, could you imagine? It'd be amazing. Let's move on, like Donkey Kong. Let's go and talk about Lingard quickly. So apparently West Ham's long-term attempts to bring in Jesse, the saga that's happened for the last 18 months, apparently will come to an end this week in some way or another. By all accounts, in quite a good way. If you're led to be believed, West Ham are very confident, apparently. Lingard coming back to the club, that he had such a successful loan spell in the 2021 season, scoring 9 goals, 5 assists in 16 appearances. Now, obviously, we weren't able to reach an agreement for signature for the last couple of transfer windows, but apparently the club are increasingly confident of him signing for us. Indeed, he put a stupid TikTok out over the weekend. Or was it on Friday? It might have been on Friday, with like bubbles, and then he sort of not bubbles as in West Ham bubbles, in thought bubbles. And then there was one he signed when he agreed with, and then he got into a car, and it wasn't a flash car, he got into like a normal car. I don't know. No idea. But I think the Rusty rumour rating, the original rumour rating, I think this one's going to happen now. Exactly. I'm bored now, but I think it's going to happen, and I think it will happen this week. So I've put an 8 out of 10 for him. I think it will. Lingard will come, says Jimmy. No, says that. Hazard, I hope you well, my friend. Good day from Oz. Hope you're well. Jesse's waiting for a club to make him a big offer. He certainly is indeed. I think he's just taking his time to cut the right decision. The right decision. I think it will be West Ham. I think it will be so. But we'll see. By all accounts, the end of this week, we'll know one way or another. And I'm not putting the only frustrating thing is he's missed pre-season, so he's going to come in, because he's spent his time trying to find the right offer or look around. He's going to come into a side, but he's probably not going to start, and maybe not for the first couple of games. So that's really, he had very, very small chance of getting into the England squad. That's even more so, I think. What we got here? Croc is a dog, serve off work. I hope you're all right. If you get Lingard and Onana, then Benny and Potato Salad will leave. Maybe. Some fans are so triggered about Lingard. They are indeed. The only problem, I think, with Lingard is some of the fans' reactions. And I think people just need to just take themselves out of and put themselves into that situation without a West Ham, set of claret glasses on. You would do the same if you was in the job. And so, look, for me, I think he's going to be. I think he'll be in the Clanbury shirt this year. Anyone not wanting Lingard's confusing to me. He's a bit of a plonker. Does TikToks, cringe, but he's a great player, but that's what you get with him. And don't forget when we signed him, we all thought, oh God, this is going to be rubbish, and I had assumptions of him in that when he did that little live on Instagram when he was at West Ham, coming back from West Ham, all the things were being thrown at the Man United coach, and I was thinking, I don't want that. He came in, knuckled down, and was mustard. So we'll see. Agree with others. He should have been here for pre-season, not missing it. Well, again, he's making his decision. If we had him last season, we would have made Champions League. Jesse doesn't want to do pre-season. Too busy doing TikToks. I know he's got his haters, but what a signing he would be. I totally agree. Lingard can sit on that shelf. He can wait. Indeed. I don't think we could afford to get rid of any of our squad. We need to buy. But saying that, someone made a good point. I can't remember who it was on Facebook. They put the squad for the Reading game, and there was 23-man squad. Plus, it didn't include Dawson. Was it Souček as well? Which would have been a 25-man squad. It weren't a bad squad. We got 25 players out. We had 25 players on the pitch. We could have had. But I know what you mean. It's about quality now. It's about improving the quality. Not the numbers, because I think, we've got 25. We've got a 25-man squad, but it's swapping in and out. And that's why I think when we sold Alese, everyone was like, oh my God. But actually, I'm going to talk about a guy in a minute. I think he's going to come in and improve what we could offer in that department anyway. So we'll see. We're obviously Lingard's last resort if no one else comes into him. No, I don't agree, Stan. I think he's had lots of offers, and I think he wants the right offer for him. That's it. He didn't play for the last 6 months before he came last time. You're totally right, and he hit the ground running. Not triggered, but over the drama, and want a young, hungry player. I think the potential problem with Lingard is now he comes with expects too much from him. Yeah, I mean, we didn't really think he was going to hit the ground running in the way he did. As Jimmy said, he didn't play for 6 months before he signed for us. So, it's a good point. Jack's here. Jack says, Jailings won't happen. There we go. Just screenshot that one quick. Just screenshot that. Just when he signs, I go, Jack, you got his fucking name tattooed on your leg. Hope you're well, buddy. Text me back. I know pre-season doesn't count for much, but watch the game on Saturday. We have nothing up front. Steve. And again, this really wound me up about the Reading game. 85-86, I think we lost every pre-season game. And then that was our best season. And we lost the first 3 games, I think, of the 85-86 season as well. Pre-season is nothing more than just getting your legs warm. Innit? It's not about getting the results. We drew 1-1 with Boreham Wood, for God's sake, as well. No one's, so, end of the day, I won't worry about pre-season. Pre-season is just getting things working. And as I said, 85-86, our most successful season ever. We lost every pre-season game. If that was the case, Lyle would have been out of his neck before he started. The problem with Jesse is he's having a stinker. Moyes won't take him off, which is no good for the team. I suppose. Exactly. Avram Grant's pre-season won every game. Look what happened there. Thank you, Matt, with the modern. I gave you sort of an 85-86. Matt gave you sort of a more of a modern. I see Dorothy Bergens has got signed for Leeds, but not going to be in the first team squad. Nope, doesn't sound like it. And we'll talk about him at Hammers Headlines at 5 o'clock in terms of Leeds trying to negotiate compensation for him now. So they want to go to tribunal if they can help it, because they know they're going to pay a lot more money. Who's next? Let's talk about Onana. Or as I prefer, Amadou, do, push pineapple, shake the tree. Amadou, do, push pineapples, grind coffee. You see what I did there? Right, so Amadou, as Anton reported the weekend, we put a third bid in for him, believed to be about 32.5 million quid. And this one apparently has been heavily considered by Lille, who are looking at making a cracking bit of business, considering they signed over 7 million quid from Hamburg last summer. And so for 7 million to 32.5 million isn't bad. There is a sell-on clause Hamburg put into when they sold Onana to Lille. And so much so the Hamburg sporting director, Jonas Bold, admits he is hopeful of West Ham signing them, so they get a little bit of the old Bunsen burner to help with their transfer window. So he's obviously aware of it as well. So it's not just reported in the UK, but Hamburg have been keeping a close eye on this as well. I think there's 7. I think Liverpool are looking at him as well now. I think Arsenal, as much as I put 7 out of 10 because I'd love him, because I think we put 3 bids in from now. I've got a feeling if we put a bid in, it gets accepted for 35, 40 million quid. I could easily see Liverpool coming in. For someone like that, because I just think they've got people like Henderson, Milner. They're all coming to the end really, and so. I don't know, but I would love it. I think it'd be fantastic. You'd assume it may be a case of then if he comes in, then maybe Souček, maybe, I think Villa was sniffing around for him. Don't know how good that is, but we'll see. Gaza, hi Gaza, hi everyone. For goodness sake, fans, indeed. I know. If pre-season counted, Liverpool are down after Man United result, losing 4-0. Indeed, Jesse is hungry. If he signs it, for all running, all the negative crap will disappear. He's a top pro. I totally agree. As soon as he puts that shirt on, everyone will stop moaning about him. Onana looks very good, but who starts with him, Souček or Downs? Well, Downs had a very good game. I mean, he played all right in the last few pre-season games. So, but we don't judge pre-season, do we? Otherwise, as Jimmy said, Liverpool would be down. This could be a pivotal week. Potentially 3 to 4 players in. I think Moores is proving to Declan that the Irons are serious. I think he's proving to all of us, not just Declan Rice. I mean, Declan Rice ain't going anywhere this year. But for us, I think he's proving to everyone that we're... we're being serious. Greeno, hope you're well. If some club were to offer 100 Rice, would you take it? No, because I think he's literally pivotal at the moment. Personally, I think he's been waiting for the best offer. Can't blame him to come. No, I totally agree. Concentrate on that. Yeah, I totally agree. Onana will be a brilliant signing. Let's get his signings in. Anyone know more about the Onana other than the odd video here or there? Haven't we done it? All you know about Onana? If not, I'll talk to Anton. We'll get something out. I'll get something out in terms of where he's come from and stuff like that. He's only 20. He's a Belgian international. And I think he'd be really good for us. That's all you need to know. Let's move on. Let's go and talk about this guy. Now, we've mentioned him before, although I can't mention his surname. But I can mention him. Jordan Right, here we go. Jordan Turariga. Turanariga. Jordan Turanariga. We all know Jordan Turanariga. But apparently we've inquired. Well, there's 2 reports. There's one by Florian Petrenberg, who's the Sky Germany reporter, who's like their version of Darmesh, basically, who says that we've inquired for the Hertha Berliner defender, left back, and centre back and left back. 24-year-old, isn't it? And then another report, according to some other media outlets, is we've already put a bid in for him. So we've either inquired or a little bit further down the line. He's going to cost 4 million quid. He's 24. He is a German international, centre back, but also left back. And for me, could be a very, very bit of shrewd business. In that he gives us quality cover. He also gives us quality cover in 2 positions in terms of centre back and left back. It could mean that maybe Diop could then go, because he could come in and accompany 2 places and still make a bit of a tidy profit. The old Russie rumour rating has come in with a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for that. Let's see. Let's have a quick look in the chat. Is Jesse actually close? End of the week. Apparently, this is the week where the decision's been made. So we'll see. I reckon we're signing Maran Scamacca up front. In talking about fun. We've been running the Hammers in Hot Water series. We've spoken about Savio. We've spoken about Margas. We've spoken about Darney. We've spoken about Savio. And at the weekend, we did the Manny Gates, Manny on a minimise. So check that out on Friday. It was on Sunday. And we're actually going to do Flory Raja Choi this week. And then maybe I've done another little video of 25 weird transfers of West Ham weird transfers. So this will be the type of the thing that you would see. Right, let's crack on. Vlasic took his goal well. He certainly did. He did. It was a good little header he did. Let me just quickly do this. It was a good little header. He did well, bless him. But as we said, we had Igor Stimac on the other day, and Igor was saying, get showing patience, and he'll deliver. So who knows? Who knows with our friend Vlasic? By God, if we get them links on paper, wow, indeed. Well, as I said, we've currently have 126 players we've been linked with. So, yeah. CFAD's gone really small font. I've got to change it. A couple of extra, I think I've already moved on. But yeah, 126 players so far. Is that including Terrier? Yeah. So yeah, not too bad. And I know what's his. See, that's been done. It's Amadou do. That's the way I'm pushing that one now, because I know what's his name. We've done that one, but it's Amadou do pushed by an apple smoke the tree. Just writing a decision next week or next week. I think it's this week. I think it's a decision on Jesse, sell Benny and get Hossam for 12 million. Great shout. Good shout. I can see a good song being created. Yeah. Indeed, 200 quid for a shirt with his name on the back. Yep, indeed. If it's 10, was it? How much was it? 50p a letter? It used to be 50p a letter. That's why Jaskalainen never really made it, really, did he? Part of the reason for that. Must be time for a backlink again. I think Jesse Lingard's basically a backlink, to be honest. Right, let's go. Did you see that? How are Barcelona signing all these players? They start Lewandowski now. They're looking at Conde from Sevilla. How are they signing these players? I don't get it. Claret Brewer said we're not close to Broja. Well, I think there's conflicting reports there. Doesn't look good for anyone in the youth team at West Ham. Well, it's not about that. It's about, but I think we're at a point now, Freema, where we need to be more. It's about improving the whole squad from the top down. And if it means that we're bringing in good youngsters as well to fill out our youth team as well, like we've done. We've gone to, like, we've had Marshall, we signed the boy Patrick Kelly. So we seem to be buying, good players. So we're sort of bringing up that sort of, that standard, which I totally agree with. Actually, totally agree with. But yeah. The FFP is being dropped. That's how Barcelona aren't in hot water. There we go. Let's move on. Right, let's go on and talk about last but no means least, Ivor Toney. Now, this is a round that's come up recently. That apparently we and 3 other Premier League clubs are looking at Ivor Toney. It will be music to Kent hammers his ears. It's us, Leeds, Newcastle, and Man United. Yeah, interesting. So apparently, the 26-year-old obviously had a very good first season at in the Premier League. He scored 12 goals, 5 assists, 33 appearances, and a whole host of clubs are looking at him now. Now, I think this is... See, someone like Ivor Toney, I think that's more of a believable, For me, it's like he would be... I'd prefer him over Scamacca, for example. I know Scamacca's a few years younger, but Tony's proven that he can score in the Premier League as well. So, the old Rusty rumour rating, I mean, I think the type of clubs such as Man United and stuff like that, I think 5 out of 10, really. I'd like him to come. Not too sure. I mean, I think I'm not too sure as a player. I think I'd love him, but in terms of reality of him coming, I can't see him coming. Just I think there's too many. I mean, between us and Man United, he's probably going Man United, isn't he? For example, we'd beat Leeds at the water, and was it Newcastle? Probably. Yeah, Newcastle maybe, but not Man United. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see a bidding war indeed. Just heard we're going in for a corner. Sounds good. I'd love to see a series. Well, Freeman, we've got Hammers in Hot Water, which basically is West Ham's poor signings. So go and check that out every Sunday for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We've had Darnay, we've had Margas, we've had Savio, we've had Boogers, we had Manny on the Minimai this week as well. Next we have Florian Madachoy, and yeah, we've got loads of stuff, because I think for every Di Canyon there's a Simeone Zaza. isn't there? It's like a yin and yang with substitution with transfers. It seems at West Ham. I doubt Toney will leave Brentford. I think they would if the money came in for him. To be honest, Cornet, yes, Cornet, not Cornet. We would be going for a corner anyway. We're quite good, at set place. But we're looking. I mean, there's loads of there's Dwight McNeil, there's Brown. There's about 4 players at Burnley we're interested in. Paul says Toney's going to Scum. There we go. Toney's a tree trunk. Benny and 20 million for Toney would be a good deal. That's what I mean. Could happen, something like that. I don't know. I'd rather get Dennis and Sarr from Watford. I don't think I would. I think I'd rather get Toney than Dennis, to be honest, but we'll see. Definitely prefer Dennis over Toney. There we go. People agree, don't agree. Manu want Toney. They certainly do. Leeds don't want. They got Sonny Perkins. Indeed. What happened to Aaron Hickey in Italy? Is that dead? Well, he's gone to Brentford. So he went to Brentford for 16 million quid, didn't he? So, so far we have got 25 defenders and 1 striker. He went to Brentford for about 16 million to Brentford, who also got Lewis Potter as well. There we go. But apparently, what I've heard is that Moyes, they scouted him but didn't fancy him. So there we go. Toney Scamacca is an Italian international. All these rumours just cause stress to sports. Do they? I just think I find it interesting. Unless somebody gets stressed by it, not me. I get it. I find it really interesting. Because it gives us something to talk about, innit, during the close season. Otherwise, we'd be not talking about nothing. And we've always got some interesting stuff. Will you do Ratatouille? Will you go shopping instead? It was indeed. Ratatouille is in next. Be on Sunday. Well, I've read it not on the channel, but we're talking about him. I'm just trying to see if there's any latest. As I said, Darnesh said today, for Broja, we had the Holy Trinity of, as Matt called it, Darnesh, Romano, Ornstein. They've all come out and said the same thing. So that's your 3 sources. And they continue to wait for Scamacca. That's what Darnesh has said on his Twitter very, very recently. West Ham in advanced talks over the permanent signing of Amadou Broja. Ham is still waiting on response from Sassuolo after €40 million plus add-ons bid for Scamacca. Signing both not ruled out. I think it would be, personally. Broja, Chelsea harnessed the ransom over just because they cannot get rid of him. Scammers. Well, I don't think they'd have. If that's the case, they wouldn't have sold him permanently to us. And I think Gonzo said it. They would have kept him on loan and offered him to us alone, and then that opens up the conversation with Chelsea next year for Rice potentially. But then if they don't play ball with us, we won't play ball with them, surely. We're in the upper hand here, in my opinion, but it's whether we take it. Marseille. I saw that Marseille looking to sell Kaletikov for £8 million now. They've signed Mbemba from Porto, and so they're looking at getting rid of Kaletikov. Oh dear. Will €40 million plus add-ons? Yes, I think you will. I find it interesting, but I can't afford the medication. Indeed. Any news on? No, it's gone quiet. Actually, it has gone quiet on Jordan and not Jordan. No, what's his name? Joachim and Alex Grimaldo from Benfica. Because obviously it looks like Zinchenko's now going to go to Arsenal. I thought he was going to go there, to be honest, anyway. It's a bit, it's got a bit quiet. But sometimes that's a good thing, isn't it? Because then it just goes pow and it happens. We've been waiting 2 years to sign a striker. While it's unlikely, it's like buses, they come down at once, would cause an absolute meltdown. You're totally right, particularly at the moment when the country is melting. Broja all day long, first class up and coming striker, indeed. I had to go through Zaza twice. I'm also following Valencia in Spain. Poor man. Did you discuss Johnson? No, Johnson never played for West Ham, did he? So no, unfortunately not. As much as I would like, as much he would have liked to. I think he's still having his. Still having his medical. Buy Scamacca loan, Broja, and give Jesse a decent signing on. Voila, left back less next. I think we'll end up buying Broja, I still think we're going to get Jesse and Scamacca. Maybe. It would have made more personally. I think from a succession plan, not getting Broja in permanently meant we could maybe allocate that £30 million elsewhere. But then he could have a real stormer of a season with us. And then if you haven't got a guaranteed signing on fee, then Chelsea might offer 60 million, and then the conversation opens up about Declan Rice. So it's a bit 200. God dear. Remember to like peeps. If you're new around here, firstly, where the hell have you been? Welcome. But if you want to subscribe and you look down there and the little button there is red, it means you're not subscribed. You click it, it goes grey, and there you're subscribed. Hit the little bell notification as well. And anytime we come on daily, at least 2 shows a day. We usually have a lunchtime show, a daily show, or a morning show, and then we have a Hammers Headlines about 5 o'clock in the UK to give you sort of some of the interesting new stories. Also, we've got some great ex-Hammers coming on in the next few weeks. Keep you going before the season kicks off. Not long till we go to the season kicks off. Obviously, we got Rangers or tomorrow at Ibrox. I think Anton will be there. They've got Luton Town at the end of the week, and then following week we've got RS Rennes in the Betway Cup. I think it's going to be, and then we start the following week home to City. How exciting! How exciting! We are only hoping getting Broja on loan. They do want to sell him. No, I think we'll end up getting him. I think it'll be permanent, mate, to be honest. Is this right? 2 bids got in for 2 international left backs. Well, Joachim is more of a right back, in all honesty, than left back. But Grimaldo, we were looking at apparently. But if we were, I don't know. Apparently, we've looked at 126 players so far this season, but we haven't. We had Zaza. Never got Kiki or Hector, one of the olders there. Yeah, one for the olders, very, very good. We did that with Jesse, though, Russ. We did. We did it, but it didn't. We had the loan, but we didn't have an obligation to buy at the end, which we should have done. Ram not moving forward, it would literally make us a top 4 threat. I totally agree. 34 degrees Northern Church, it certainly is, Ludders, and I can feel every one of them. Your Minge, where's my Minge, actually? Minge watch, where's Minge? He's probably melted, to be honest. McAvenny and Cotty partnership has never been replaced. Maybe this season we might at least try. But we won't get a partnership, though, Captain. We're not a partnership team. We play one as a spearhead, don't we? We won't play 2 up front. Not of our format. What about Lundberg? Yes. Yeah. John Radford. Some very funny ones. When's the next member draw? Leave out the 3rd top, though. We will be doing the weekly draw for the Untuck It shirt this week. It'll be this week. So keep an eye on that. I was meant to get it set up. I do apologise. We do it Thursday or Friday. And then that'll be every week. We're doing one of them. And then every month we do the memorabilia draw. And that reminds me, Smudge, if you're watching, you won it 2 months ago, so let us know if we wants to send it to him. We'll send you the signed Cotty McAvenny picture. And I can't remember the gentleman, but he won the last the July one, and that was a Trevor Brooking print. So please let us know, otherwise, and send it to westhamnetwork@gmail.com. Otherwise we can't post it out. I've gone to Cyprus to cool down too, right, mate? Sign them all. Right, peeps, I'm going to have to shoot in a minute. I'm really, really sorry. But I'm going to have to go in a tick. As I said, we'll be back at 5 o'clock tonight to do all the latest news, talk about Sonny Perkins, talk about Divine Mbemba, and obviously he's been playing very well in the pre-seasons and stuff like that. Good job there isn't a camera under your desk. Well, maybe there is, but that's just for my OnlyFans. And various others. So keep an eye out for that. Anson will be back tomorrow for the daily shows, as he does on the Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I'm back on Thursdays and Fridays, as I said. And if we do any, have we got any interviews this week? We may have some interviews this week. Maybe. But it's a bit hot, isn't it, to sit in. It's a bit off for me at the moment. Anyway, as I said, if you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. Thank you all for joining us. As always, don't forget to give it a like. Really helps us out. Or maybe you can become a channel member and be entered into all the monthly draws and weekly draws we do for our channel members every single week. So, as always, I like to, at the end of each one of my shows, I like to thank them all personally. So, thank you. Take care. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. For God's sake, switch on your fan. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Ciao, ciao for now.
It's like a family tree, part of you.